Maybe it's gonna be a quiet day, maybe nobody's gonna show up again today. That was kind of a disappointment yesterday. Hopefully today will be more active. I'll see. Right, oh yeah, one thing. Noticed that Mind Unveiled had a new video 2 days ago, apparently. Completely, I didn't check it. But yeah, it was a very interesting video. I didn't get to finish all of it. It's like old cartoon reviews. Like he's done that before. Mind Unveiled, very interesting. Like apparently there are he drew in or reviewed a bunch of cartoons that had references to the World Fairs. It was very interesting to take a look at that. Very interesting indeed. So that's something that's a bit on my mind. It's like the last video I watched yesterday night. Yeah, maybe today's just not gonna be about nothing. Nothing at all. Maybe it's gonna be a titleless day. I don't know. I don't really have something lying on my heart that I feel like, oh, I wanna figure this out or anything. But I've had a lot of like reconstructing the past in my mind, like how that works, like what the Freemasons are, what they've been doing, like, or is it even the Freemasons, or probably is. Like, there's a group of people that out there. I'm not entirely sure what they are. That basically have lots of knowledge gathered from old world tech and history and all that, probably. But I mean, there's no central oversight over it, but it's there, and it is there. That's it. And I think it's all about just keeping it from everybody, not allowing it to be public. Basically keeping secrets from the world, while at the same time occasionally exploring those secrets of the world. It's so strange because I think they were originally, let's just say that the Freemasons were there to deal with the old world buildings. That they basically were the ones that are like, okay, yeah, we'll do that part, because it would have overwhelmed people. It would have frightened them. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, we're in a country, and then you see just some supreme cathedral thing, half buried and covered in like trees sticking out, and like damn it, what's the name in English? Yeah, the Sleeping Beauty fairy tale, like that was out there, like the Sleeping Beauty, remember, like, oh, some witch's curse, and she pricks her finger, and then everybody falls asleep for a very long time until somebody wakes him up again, and it all gets covered in thorn bushes. I mean, that is what a lot of it would have been like in between settlements. So it's like people just settling, building their thing, very primitive, but I mean crushing it still, very free, good quality air, etc. But then locations where it's like, there's this old building here, and it's like a mystery, it's like a fairy tale castle or something, cathedral, and it would freak people out logically. And arguably even the religion, like the religions like Christianity, would fan the flames of superstition towards it even more, towards those old buildings. Because I mean, I think that like Catholic Christianity, the thing that really took over, it was really there to change people's minds and mindsets, and like reject all these old wonders, basically. I think that's been part of it, what was going on, because right, I mean, it would be pretty damn amazing if there would be like historical series and all that Netflix stuff. And I mean, they got some really good series now, here and there. I mean, it's a bit generic maybe, but I mean, some of it is still pretty damn good and like quality looking. It would be so cool if they'd like try to do some Renaissance or industrial era series or whatever that's kind of that time, where you would have like these locations with old world buildings and covered up, and like that it's kind of addressed, like people kids or whatever wandering in there, like, what is this place? And trying to explore it, and then like the Freemason guys or whatever, they come in and like, you're not allowed in there, and then spooky stories about it. But to just address, like, yeah, the people back then were not actually building all that stuff. It was just around, covered in mud and thorn bushes, as it were. Bushes. There's overgrowth everywhere. And it was just there. And people would be like mystified, told to stay away, freaked out about it. Inspired with fairy tales, probably. I mean, where do you think like fairy tales and castles and princesses, where that even comes from? Why would those stories even be there? Well, they were probably there to redirect people's minds away from all these fairy tale palaces, abandoned with opulent quality on the inside and like covered in overgrowth. Because somebody's got to have like some kind of story to give an answer to people that are going to ask like, what is this? Fairy tales are born. Because the people themselves don't know, but they got to make a story about it. So they make up of long ago worlds with lots of opulence and beautiful things. I'm just putting it together, like how it all, like what it was actually like. Not just like the history that is being referenced as we're supposed to think about it in the cultural reprogramming, and like every time, oh, it's the Old West. Well, you know what to expect then. But would you expect in the Old West a bunch of cowboys wander off and suddenly bump into like an old world palace covered in overgrowth? You don't bump into that, into Westerns, you know? Like a big mystery would be some old, sacred, ancient grove from an Indian shaman or something, right? And that would be like, ooh, wow. Or some pyramid stuff, maybe, from the Aztecs. But cathedral, European-style, neoclassicist palaces, they're just there, in the middle of nowhere, covered in overgrowth, just abandoned, no trace of anybody. It's just amazing to think about the people that would have bumped into. I mean, the US was like full of people that would just go wander around, stumble onto things, and how about treasure seekers? I mean, really, treasure seekers, right? Gold rush people, yeah, that's one thing, but I mean the treasures. What about those people that figured out like there's freaking old world palaces that are abandoned here, and like some of them have like just super precious stuff, like they got these orbs in the towers that are like filled with red mercury, and it's like really magical. And I know some alchemists that like pay a fortune for that shit. Like all these treasure hunters back then, and it's kind of all gotten under the radar, all just got away. It would be just so exciting to actually address it, to address what it would have really been like in the past, including with people that are trying to gatekeep everybody and trying to gaslight you, like, this is not here, like this is not real. They probably hypnotized people with mind control to try to make them forget about it, even to that point. Because I mean, once you stumble onto that, you get fascinated, like you're gonna get obsessed. I would have probably had to like hypnotize a whole bunch of people, like classic pendulum swing hypnotism, like no, there was a dream, it's a dream. And I mean, it is very dream-like, all these buildings, so it would have probably worked on some people. It's just like, I dreamed of this place and I don't remember. All this stuff I mean, it is fascinating to think about it, and like, how could you work that in like a series? Dude, you could even take it as far and just like make a series about some loner guy in America, in early America, that is just like, I'm out here in the wild. Sometimes you have to face Indians, sometimes you have to face wolves, and then sometimes he goes excavating overgrown ancient cathedrals and finds treasure. I mean, that would make a pretty impressive movie. And I mean, with the CGI now, you could very easily just reconstruct like a cathedral as opulent as they really are, and then like make it overgrown and just work it in as the background. It could work. It would be even more impressive if they used a real location for it, where it's like actually one of those places. But I mean, most of what's there hasn't been torn down or broken up. It has basically been revamped and polished so that it looks very modern, right? Because it's part of the scam to basically start claiming, no, we built this somehow in 2 years, really. Yeah, it's the first building I designed. Yeah, it is as amazing as the Queen's Palace in England. Like, yeah, we just did that, right? Really? It's our secret. Ooh. Like, no, you found it, and you vamped it up, and you kept it a secret for a very long time, somehow. Probably bullied a whole bunch of people and hypnotized them into forgetting about it. I don't know exactly how they managed to really do it. But I think also that, well, fairy tales would have been created to address people finding this kind of stuff and then having it in their imagination. I'm not saying that those people themselves would create a fairy tale, but maybe somebody else would. To kind of take their thought away from, hey, it's right over there, to like, oh, the ancient past, and like, yeah, just forget about that and just think about the ancient past in the fairy tale. And then fairy tale becomes very popular and socially relevant, right? And then everybody cares about the fairy tale, and nobody really cares about that old building. I'm thinking about it. Alright, so I guess I'm a little inspired. But this is the type of thing that I'm just like pondering upon. It's like I'm trying to develop what it would have been like for real. Because I'm fascinated by that sort of thing. Like the setting, the real setting. Not what we've been told, but the real setting. With all the secrets and people stumbling onto them and then having to deal with it somehow, and if it's found out, how do they contain it? And I think also that the scaffolding trick is genius. Because when you put a bunch of scaffolding around some ancient building, it really feels to anybody watching that like, oh, they're repairing it, so it's theirs. Like, immediately the question of like, what is that what I'm looking at? Did we even build that? Where did it come from? How did they do it? It kind of falls away when you see a bunch of scaffolding. It's a very, very smart psychological trick. Like, it is supremely effective to distract the mind away from what it is they're actually looking at. It's a brilliant trick. Very, very cheap trick that works very well. But in all fairness, like in the modern era, if it's like an old world building in the middle of a town, like don't freaking do that. That is just irritating. Like once it's already integrated into like in the modern day in towns and all, like just let it be. Just let it be how it is. Don't do the scaffolding. That's just irritating. Right? Unless you're actually gonna fix something, and then do it quick. Don't leave scaffolding hanging for years. Right. Anyway, hello Kamikaze 501. Joined chat a while ago, and then I got inspired. Alright, so I can put that in the title. Imagining what the real 17th, 18th century would have been like in America. Right, because I mean the Wild Wild West was a pretty damn cool setting. It's like a cool setting. It is. It's a cool idea. It's like almost like its own mini universe in a way. Like people have an understanding about it. It's just that's not really what happened. Things were more complicated, more mind controlled, more weird, more ancient stuff there. Right? Because it wasn't just like neoclassicist buildings in that style that would have been found everywhere. It was also like super heavy oriental buildings in California and Washington. Like real, what we now associate with like Chinese style buildings, pagodas and all that. Like that was there too, right? And that made things even more confusing. Then again, I mean, arguably there was just an entire Chinese community like there in California and Washington, arguably, that were just still kind of like being there, being part of it. I think that when the supposed Europeans colonized America, I think that there were a lot of Chinese still like there. Maybe the Chinese like went overseas right after the mud flood, after the disaster. I think they went there pretty quickly. Or they somehow managed to survive when it was happening, when they were still there. I'm not sure. But like in the early beginnings of the United States, or even before it was, when it was just still called the colonies, there was just like, yeah, here's China. There's a lot of Chinese there. It's like they're like a big Chinatown that was just always there. Wow. Okay. Right. I'm just thinking, dude, settings, right? I mean, this is like the cool thing with modern series and movies is that they can like really bust out a setting very quickly. Where's the setting? Like the alternative setting that's stepping away from the designated propaganda of how we're all supposed to historically think of this era, early America. And can we now address what it would have really been like? I think that would be way more exciting for a lot of, I think it would like really get people boom on top of it, right? Because technically you don't even have to say like, oh, all that 70-76 never happened, the American Revolution is nonsense because of this. Like, no, that could literally still have pretty much happened. They just didn't build those things. They repurposed it. Very effectively. Probably figured out how to use some old world tech that they found there. Very effectively incorporated. Occult tech. I mean, you could literally put all of that and take it very serious and just like make that version of the historical setting to try to like get it to just be more real. Without the mind control, it would be so much more exciting to have that world setting, right? And you don't have to like make the characters that are like trying to create this false hit depict them as per definition evil, or holding back this tech for the common public. That's not necessarily evil. I mean, they could have just like not like blatantly, obviously not been able to handle that shit. So it's like founding father types, occultists, they're like, oh shit, we found this this electro gyroscope thing, and when it spins up it becomes like this Tesla lightning bolt device, and it's like, yeah, we definitely can. We can like admit that we just found this to the public. What the hell do we do with this thing? Yeah, put it with the others. You hate it when you miss deleted comments? Okay, maxed out bear, hello. You could just show up. But yeah, I could see you. Right. But the cool thing is, for such a series or movie, it would probably have to be a series. Or maybe like a pilot movie and then a series to follow up. I mean, if you make that pilot movie, people want to frickin' see more. Because you could literally add in all the mystery things. Like, for example, a bunch of miners or excavators of a mine, they just dug in a place and like, yeah, there's a collapse in, we're gonna dig it out. And they just bump into a weird suitcase filled with stones. Then when they crack the stones open, turns out that the stones are actually like stone capsules that contain, what's it called again? Not mercury. It's like, it looks like mercury and it like dissolves metal. It makes it brittle very quickly. Damn it, what's the name again? I forgot it. It's very notorious, like you can use it as a lock breaking mechanism. But you have to like keep it safe because it's very, like, it really destroys anything metal. galleon, right? So this has been, these are the things that people find sometimes. They go excavating in these old places and they just stumble upon like tools from ancient times, like those capsules, stone capsules with inside just pure galleon. You don't find that in nature. Like that is something miraculous. Like, how the hell did they make the stone capsules, right? That's something that really is out there, that's really been found. Like, there's even video out there of people breaking open the capsules to show it. Like, it's on freaking video, guys. Like, this is not a made-up story, right? All those traits, all those things can all be added into the series. Like, let's just call them the founding fathers. I mean, that would be a great series name, even. Like, the founding fathers. Like, they found all of it. And this is what they did with it. Just them going around like, oh, old mine. Oh, we found this, and this, and this. And just like studying it, going through it. It's like, whoa. And then like the founding fathers speculating as they're finding it. Like, how did they make it? How did the ancients make it? Because they don't really know. They're trying to put it together too. I mean, God, it would be so freaking exciting to have like a series where they just do that. It's like them in the old days, in secret, stumbling upon old world tech and materials and just trying to figure out, what is this? How did they make it? What are they using it for? Or what did they use it for? And then, and like, yeah, okay, so could we make this? Like, hey, Johnny, could you create this with your alchemy knowledge? Like, I have to figure that out, right? I mean, guys, that would be a freaking movie or series that I'd freaking watch. Yeah, the founding fathers, like occultist, alchemist, and like, just don't make it evil and about devil worship and oh, God is secretly the devil and oh God, not that part. I mean, for the love of Christ. I mean, you could have like, basically you have the Christian ones that want to do good, and then you have the occultist evil ones that want to do bad, and both are like going about. But I mean, that would just draw away a lot of attention from like the curiosity and discovering the old world tech and all that, to just like, oh God, here's the evil ones and all the good ones, are they gonna prevail? And it would just become kind of like very typical again. If you leave a direct nemesis antagonist out of the story writing for it, it could be just amazing. Right? You could even, like, at the beginning, there is no antagonist. It's just the founding fathers. They figure it out. And then as they go, as they find more stuff, then you could play into, like, there's a power corruption kind of thing. Like, some groups, they're just like, we found so much stuff, like, we're now starting our kingdom, and we're actually kind of evil and egocentric, and just like gradually play into it, that it slowly builds, that the danger slowly builds, like a power corruption of all the stuff they find and what happens to them, that they get megalomaniacal with it. You could play that into the story development too. Right, so here's basically, hi story writers out there, you want to create this revolutionary story script? Well, here's some pointers. This is it. Think tanking for you right now. I'm envisioning like a great type of new format story. Right? Think about like the movie The Patriot. Great beloved movie, awesome. But then instead of just that, old world stuff on the side. Alchemy, secrets, the secret societies, them keeping it a secret. Them trying to figure out what to do with it. And taking down other occultists that are like just like being like grave robbers with it, and that have like a lot of evil intents. Like, oh, there's some technology being used and people are getting sick, and it's like, oh, they're saying it's a witch's curse, and then like the founding fathers, the main characters, would be like, that's very suspicious. Like, there's probably old world tech being abused somehow or misused. Like, figure it out. Right? Maybe somebody turned on some device and they didn't really know what they were doing, or they did know what they were doing and it's actually like on purpose. They're like creating a scheme out of it. It could be like a puzzle solving story. Right, lots of stuff that could be done with it. And I mean, I think it's gonna happen, and it's not gonna take long before we get there, before this sort of thing starts rolling out. I mean, fiction, story writing that turns into series and movies, they are kind of ahead of the curve because it's just fiction. They can literally make whatever they want. So even before things are like truly figured out and understood, a series can just like, or a movie can just come out and just be very early with laying down a view of these things that have basically just been discovered. And like an imagining of it. And that is already being done. That has been done. Lots of times. So let's continue doing that. Right? You could make a series like this and still honor like founding fathers for what they done and like the nation they created with the rules and etc. But add the occult stuff. I mean, it's known they were freaking Freemasons. It's known. Like, it's on record. So do something with it. Make it more real. Right, anyway, a little bit of inspiration here. See, there's always something that happens with me. It always happens. I think like, oh god, I don't want to talk about anything. Oh, this no. Oh, that no. And then like, okay, then nothing. And it just starts welling up by itself. And it just happens. The idea just happens out of nothing. Good stuff. Hope everybody appreciates it. Right. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. My only regret is that I ran out of coffee. It tasted very nice. Ugh. And by the way, on top of that, besides like the founding fathers of America, dude, you could like complete it and just like explorers, like actual sea exploration, and like what you could actually find out there with what we understand. Like, how about some advanced, like Renaissance era explorers that stumble upon like Patagonia with the giants, or that go to the north and like find the mythical land over there with the 4 rivers. And dude, and you could like make that, you could even make it like they're going there, they're finding it, they're taking the risk to go there, right? They're just being badasses. Then they're there and they like make friends, trade a bunch of stuff, explore. Then they go back with the stuff they traded, and it's like people just don't believe them, and they're like, they draw it and they don't believe it, and they could even like get arrested for creating unrest. And like, dude, that as a story too would be absolutely amazing. You could just like call it The Explorer or something, right? I'm just trying to figure out like what type of character would you want in that series or in that movie. Like, who would be the right role for it? The Explorer, and they just go to places that aren't even supposed to exist, and there's just like giants there, and of course old world stuff, and it all goes well and it's exciting and challenging, and then they go back and like nobody believes them, like really don't believe them. And then when you like show them like, yeah, we have an old world camera, and people are like, this is witchcraft, it's witchcraft, ah! Dude, it would be so amazing. Can you imagine just like being a Renaissance era explorer guy going to some strange land that's completely off the charts with giants and old world tech? It's like everything is intact. It's like they are just using those buildings that are all covered with overgrowth that you keep finding everywhere in the homeland. They're just using them. And then they're like, yeah, we have a device here. Here you go, a gift. It's called a camera. And you can like make photographs with it. It's like a Polaroid camera, but old tech. And then they're just like, what the fuck? And they go back with it. It's just like, yeah. Like, we have a device here that can basically do the work of a painter, but it does it in like 1 minute. Yeah. I'm going wild with this. Right? Then the king is like, thank you for that. And they confiscate, or basically takes the camera as a gift, because I mean, you don't sell things to the king, you give it. And then you're in his favor or whatever. That's how that worked. And then other stuff, and the people just starts like, oh, they're crazy, they made it up, and then they basically get a negative light on them, because you have stories to tell that the people just can't handle. And then maybe it should end as like they just take the ship and they just get out of there and they go back to what they found, and then they're like, can we stay here? And then they get to stay there, and the European world never sees them again, or the America. That's how I would end that. Yeah, and that would be The Explorer. Alright, anyway, I hope everybody's appreciating the show. Don't forget to Rogans it up if you are. Leave a comment, anything you guys. I mean, there's people in my chat. They're not saying a lot though. Would be nice. Oh. Let's see. So Benjamin gonna do a stream today. He should. Snow yesterday and the day before, so oh, look at all the people. Oh, thanks for the feedback. Oh, it's so boring, it sucks. Oh, really? But you're hanging around though, and you keep following me around just to tell me how boring I am. Do you always get obsessed with things that you find boring? Like, what a torture. Oh, it's so boring. Oh, really? Why do you follow me around every goddamn day? Then. What kind of insane person does that? I don't think you think it's boring. I think you're just a liar. I think you guys are obsessed and you're somehow butthurt or offended, and so you just keep projecting. You're boring. You want to be excited. You keep following me around just to tell me it's boring. I mean, that's insane. Genuinely. Ask anybody. That's insane. Yeah. Right, I am gonna round out the show though. I mean, this is just... I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do when it's like this. I really don't. Like, what am I supposed to do with this, guys? Yeah, it's just whiny, bitchy cunts telling me how boring I am, yet they keep following me around everywhere I go, every goddamn day. And the people that are not psychos like that, you don't say anything. So what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Cool. Okay, Maxed Out Bear, that's great. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, Maxed Out Bear, what the fuck? That's hilarious, I guess. I'll trust that that's a joke. Alright, anyway, if you're watching this afterward, I hope you like it. Anybody watches this afterward, I don't know. How many people even watch my show anymore? Maybe it's like 3 people. Right, everybody knows me from the past. Oh, look, the old days. Oh, yeah. Cool. Hey, Arwin, are you still doing anything? Yeah, I have a live show every day. Oh, cool. And then they never come and visit. So I guess nobody gives a fuck. And that's fine. Right, so I'm rounding out. Thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogans it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. Especially because nobody seems to give a fuck anymore about my show or what I do or whatever. Right? Great. So, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2332 on a Saturday. Hope to see you all then, and if there's not going to be any activity in the chat tomorrow, then I might just stop doing my show for a while, because it's not even about support, it's just I'm really fucking sick of nobody showing up. And then when I get an idea, there's no response. I'm sick of it. Yeah, I'm sick of bumping into people that are enthusiastically telling me they know me from back in the day, asking me if I still do anything, and then they say yes, and then they never show up. Like, fuck you. How about that? Yeah? Like, I don't fucking care that you know me from the past. I am still doing things. You interested? You want to hear me talk? You want to see what I talk about? Go watch my show then. Show up. Say something. Address the things that I talk about. Nobody fucking addresses the things that I talk about except the whiny bitchy trolls that are too retarded to understand anything. And people that are just here to whine and bitch and complain about how I'm wrong about everything. I mean, that's not commentary. It would be great if there was like any kind of people actually interacting for real. It would be great. Right, so yeah, everybody have a great rest of the Friday. Hope to see you tomorrow, and if this happens again, then I'm just not gonna do a show for a while, and you can all go fuck yourselves. How about that? Alright, so, yeah. See you tomorrow, and until the next video, keep it flat.